Welcome everybody. Today is Friday and we are in the third section. I will have to say that last week's class for some reason was not captured, and so we're still waiting for the video. With that said, we're going to review again thrust out palm to turn body and cross kick or right heel kick, and then we'll go on to the next movements. Okay. All right. So let's start at cross hands, and we'll go up to high pat on horse. Okay. So from here, from cross hands, we go to embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal single whip. Wild horse. Parts its mane. 1, 2, 3, transition to ward off left. Remember, bring your left foot in and step. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Fair lady, work shuttles number 1. Two. 3. 4. 'Transition to ward off left. This time we just pivot and step out for our bow stance. Right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Cloud hands. 1. 2. 3. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Golden rooster stands on one leg. 1, 2. Repulse the monkey. 1, 2. 3. Diagonal flying. White crane spreads its, raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left knee brush. Needle at the C bottom. Fan through the back. Turn body. White snake spits out its tongue. Parry, block, and punch. Step up to right, ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Club hands. 1, 2, 3. Single whip. High pat on horse. And we'll stop here. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions up to this point? Okay, that's no. All right. So from high pat on horse, we'll just go over kind of briefly what we did last week. We went to high thrust out palm and then turn body and cross kick. All right. So here we are at high pat on horse. We're in an empty stance using the left ball of our foot. What we need to do now is transition to a bow stance using our left foot. So we're going to shift our weight back, pick up our left foot, step wide enough for a bow stance, and then move weight forward. Okay? So if I go this direction, we start off in an empty stance, all right? Move weight back, step up wide enough for your bow stance, heel ball toe, bend your knee going into our bow stance, okay? All right, so footwork should be pretty clear, pretty simple. So now all we just need to do is talk about the upper arm movement. All right, so here we are at high pat on horse. When we shift our weight back and we step, our arms have not changed yet. Then as we move our weight forward, I want you to keep in mind yin and yang. So that means then the right arm comes back, left arm comes up, and now the right fingers, left finger should be about throat height. When we go to use it, our hand will actually be turned a little bit so that we can grab the throat. And the right hand should be underneath the left upper arm, and it should be touching your left upper arm, okay? So from here, we shift weight back and we step wide enough for our bow stance. As we move weight forward, right arm comes back, left arm comes forward. Is your left Hand, fingers about throat height. Is your right upper top part of your hand touching your left upper arm? And remember, have a little space in your right armpit, okay? All right, so let's try that again from here. All right, thrust out palm, shift weight back and step. Move weight, left arm forward, right arm back. Okay, so does anyone have any questions on this? When we finish, our shoulders are not square forward. They're open a little bit towards the corner direction, okay? Does anyone have any questions on this? Okay, so then when we go to the next movement, it's turn body cross kick. So what we're going to be doing with our footwork is the opposite or the mirror image of single whip. So when we're here in our bow stance going towards 9 o'clock, we're going to be making a 135-degree turn with our left foot, but our kicking direction is going to be 180 degrees. So we're going to move weight back. We're going to pivot on our left heel, and if you can, point it to the front right corner. As you move your weight back, we're going to turn our hips. We're going to lift our legs, so now that our knee should be pointing to the straight 3 o'clock direction. Then from here, we're going to kick to the straight 3 o'clock direction, okay? So that would be our footwork. So again, from here, move weight, pivot and turn, shift weight back, stand up. Is your knee pointing towards 3 o'clock? Then from here, kick with your heel and then bring it back, okay? Any questions on this footwork? Okay, so then what we're going to do with our arms.
Nancy, there was a question. Veronica Eaton has a question. Veronica, I'm going to unmute you.
Okay.
If I can. I'm having trouble, Veronica. Can you unmute yourself? Either hit the space bar or unmute yourself.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, so when you are up like this, oh, I forgot my question. No, I forgot my question after all that. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I'll think of it.
Veronica, if you think of it, and right away, you can write it in the chat if it's not a good moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm sorry. I
That's
apologize.
okay.
Does your question have to do with thrust out palm or turn body right heel kick? Oh, okay, all right, so let's try this. I'm going to go this direction. Okay, so here we are at thrust out palm. Move weight back, keep your arms the same. Turn, keep your arms the same. Now, when you shift back, go into your cross arms and stand up. Sorry, stand up. Then from here, open your arms and kick. Okay, so let's try that again. I'll go your same direction from here. All right, turn body, cross kick. Back, turn. Keep your arms the same. As you shift back, cross your arms. Right arm's on the outside, and we stand up, looking at the 3 o'clock direction. Then we kick, bend our knee. All right, so
Good. It's good.
okay, all right, so let's take it from high pat on horse to thrust out palm to turn body cross kick. Okay, so here we are at high pat on horse. Okay, thrust out palm, shift back step, right arm back, left arm forward. Is there space in your right armpit? Turn body, keep your arms the same. Cross kick, crossing the arms, standing up, kick. Bend your knee. How's that? Isn't Tai Chi fabulous? Okay, anybody have any questions on these two movements? No? Okay, so let's practice that one more time. From high cut on horse. Empty stance using the left ball of our foot. Okay, going into our bow stance, shift, back, step. Then moving weight, right arm back, left arm forward. Turn body, keeping the arms the same. Cross kick. Kicking to the 3 o'clock direction, bending the knee. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so that's going to be a no. All right. So the next movement is step up and punch to the groin. Okay, this is a fun movement. All right. So we are in a standing kicking position. So what we first have to do is sit. So what we mean by sit is we need to lower ourselves down to the floor so that our foot can touch the floor. When we lower ourselves down, then the right foot needs to point 45 degrees and be one line, two sides, okay? So I don't want you going too far away. I need for you to follow this center line like we do with parry, block, and punch, okay? So what we're gonna do here is after kicking, we sit and we step, making sure the right foot is at 45 degrees. Then move our weight. Then we're going to step out for a bow stance with the left heel and move our weight forward, heel, ball, toe. Am I in frame? Okay, so let me step back a bit. Okay, so from right heel kick, we sit and we step. Make sure your feet don't cross, okay? And your right foot now is pointing at a 45-degree angle. Shift weight forward, stepping out for a bow stance with the left heel edge. Then move weight, heel, ball, toe. Okay, so we end up in a left bow stance. Okay, anybody have any questions on this footwork? All right. No?
I don't see any hands, Nancy.
Okay. Okay. Well, no. I was waiting for Michael. Michael was doing something. Okay. All right. So, so then let's talk about the upper body. Everybody should know how to do punch down, right? This is similar to punch down. It's just the angle of our right arm now is going to be a little bit more angular. All right. So, so from here we sit and we step. Then from here, as we move weight forward, the right arm is going to rotate, palm facing up. The left arm is going to swing across our body, and we're going to step, all right? And here, make sure your left arm is still rounded. Don't collapse it in. Keep the space here, and now we have a fist, okay? We have a fist here. Then from here we go brush knee, just like we're going to go punch down, but instead of punching down at a 45-degree angle, like we do punch down to the knee, I need for you to bend your elbow and seat your arm this direction a little bit, okay? So it's not going to be this angle, it's going to be more like this, okay? Where it's more kind of angular, right? So from here, we sit and we step, right foot 45 degrees. As we move our weight, the right arm rotates, palm facing up. Left arm swinging across our body. We make a fist and we step. When my left arm arrives here towards my side area, towards my right side area, I step. Then from here, brush knee, punch to the groin, okay? And we're looking over in this area. So try not to look at your fist. Look beyond your fist, okay? More in this kind of area, okay? All right, so let's try that again. From right heel kick. Kick. Sit, step. move weight, rotating the right arm, swinging the left arm across the body, making the fist step when the left arm reaches to the side. Then brush knee, punching to the groin. Okay, so let me go in your same direction from here. We're at the 3 o'clock direction. So here we are at right heel kick. Okay, sit, step. Don't cross your feet. Make sure your right foot isn't too far away. One line, two sides. Then rotate the right arm as you're moving weight. Swinging across with the left arm. Step when the arms close. Brush knee, punch. All right, one more time. From right heel kick. Step up and punching to the groin. Okay, how's this movement? Okay, so
Nancy,
let's,
I have a question.
yes?
It's Kelly.
Okay.
So when you have your left arm across the front of the body, is your upper body not quite corner? Or is it to the corner?
I
Or
think it's,
half corner?
yeah, it's to the corner. It should be to the corner direction,
Okay,
and then we square off.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right, so let's take it from single whip. We'll go high pat on horse, thrust out palm, turn body, right heel kick, and step up and punch to the groin. Okay, so here we are here, okay? All right, high pat on horse. Thrust out palm. Turn body, keep your arms the same. Cross, kick. Step up, one line, two sides, 45-degree angle your right foot. Circle your arms and step. Brush knee, punch. Okay, how's this? Do we have any questions?
Nice.
Yes? Anybody have any questions?
I do, Nancy. Is the punch almost straight forward or at an angle slightly?
I'm sorry?
Does the punch, is it almost straight forward or angled slightly down?
It is straightforward. We're going to the straight 3 o'clock direction, but our arm is no longer at a 45-degree angle like we do with punch down. It's slightly bent, yes, but we are going straight forward.
But you're straight, slightly bent. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sure, you're welcome. Any other questions? Yes?
Yali, when you are punching it at the knee, where are you looking at? At the fist or in front of the fist?
Yeah, don't look at, you want to look beyond your fist. You want to actually see what it is that you're punching. So I don't want you to exactly look at your fist, just like I don't want you to exactly look at your hands when you're doing cloud hands. It'll kind of make you, we have to look beyond, okay? We have to look beyond,
parallel.
yeah, look forward. Like when I'm punching down, I'm actually punching to somebody's knee. I'm not looking at my hand, I'm looking beyond my hand.
Okay.
Okay, all right, any other questions? That's a good question, Yali, yeah. Any other questions? Same thing with punching to the groin. Okay, so try not to look at your hand, look beyond your hand, okay? That pretty much applies to, you know, all the movements that we do. Like, you know, when we're in push, I'm not looking at my hands, I'm looking beyond my hands. When we're doing a strike, I'm not looking at my hand, I'm looking beyond my hand. So, you know, we say this is the tiger's mouth, look beyond the tiger's mouth. Yeah, okay? Any other questions? Okay, so from here we have some repeat movements. How do we transition to Shangbu when we are in punching to the groin? Okay, so this should be an easy transition. So from here, I want you to stand up. Okay. So I don't want you to literally stand up. Okay, so I want you to shift your weight back, and your arms will come with you. Then we go to Shangbu. Okay, so this should be pretty simple. So here we are at punching to the groin. All right, we shift back. When you shift back, lift up your torso. Okay, so that it becomes a little bit more upright. So from punching to the groin, shift back, lifting up the torso, open up the left foot, ward off with the left arm, pressing down with the right. Then circle your arms closed, step, and go to ward off right. Okay. So again, from here, punching to the groin, shift back, lift up your torso slightly, Shangbu, okay, ward off left, then go to ward off right. Okay, so when we punch down to the groin, we are tilting our body. We are bending from our waist forward. So we need to then adjust back. Okay, so if we start if we start like this, but then when we punch, we kind of bend a little bit, we kind of fold a little bit here, then I need to kind of get back to my normal position. So that's why we need to kind of unfold here, or stand up and straighten ourselves a little bit, and then go into Shangbu. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Okay, so let's try it from punching to the groin. So we're like this. Okay. So as we shift our weight back, we straighten up our back. Okay, straighten up our torso. Shangbu. Then we go to ward off right. Okay, does anybody have any questions on this?
Rita.
Hi, I have a question. Okay, when you do Shangbu, it is kind of like a left ward off, but you are not up and down like a left ward off. You're actually a little bit forward.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a connection movement. This is a transition. So what I want you to think about is how do we connect with the opponent? You know, what Shangbu is doing is a connection to the next, or a transition to the next movement. And how we do it is through the ward off with the left arm, and then, you know, circling the right arm, and then going to right ward off. So, you know, when we do parry, block, and punch, you know, from here we shift back, and then we open. So I'm already, my left knee is already bent. Okay, right. My left arm should be slightly ahead of my right, and then I open, and then I close and step, and then I go to right ward off. Did that answer your question, Rita?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just wondering whether that Shangbu is any different from the other one, and it's not.
Well,
Not really.
yeah. The starting position is different, but you know what we're basically doing is yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So so from here we go to all the way to single weight, and then we have snake creeps down, and we already know how to do snake creeps down. So I want to do these clump of movements from single whip up until snake creeps down. Okay. So we're going to start at single whip. And from here, we're gonna go to,
Nancy, excuse me.
yes?
I'm sorry, there was a question that I wanted to make sure you address. The word shambu is not understood by a lot of us English speakers. Could you just clarify that word that you're using there?
Shangbu is transition to ward off right.
It means step forward.
Yeah. It means step up or step forward. So that's one of the reasons why when we do Shambu, we're not in the back. We have come forward. So it's kind of like back, forward. It's that kind of motion. Back to the center, open the foot, and bend the left knee. So we're kind of already in the forward position.
Shangbu means step forward, and then Jinbu is one we do like from knee brush, between knee brushes. They just ask the name of the step. So they both kind of
Okay.
mean step forward.
Okay, got it.
Okay, any other questions? All right, so let's start at single whip and we'll go all the way up to snake creeps down. The last snake creeps down, okay? All right, so here we are at single whip. We go to high pat on horse. Thrust out palm. Make sure you step wide enough for your bow stance. Do you have space in your right armpit? Turn body, cross kick, or we say right heel kick. Step up, one line, two sides, right foot 45 degrees, circling the body, making the fist, and we go to punch to the groin. Shift back, Shangbu, to ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Okay, how's this? Anybody have any questions on these movements? Okay, all right, so what we're gonna be,
Nancy, there was a question a little bit before this on when we go from left ward off and right to right ward off, there was a question about the left hand during right ward off. So if you want to maybe grab that question before you say anything more.
okay. Is it listed in the chat?
Yes.
Okay, Michael, can you read it?
Well, she just did.
Says, what's my left hand doing on ward off right?
Yeah, that was me, Nancy. I couldn't see the angle of the left hand, whether the palm's up or down.
Okay, is that Dita?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. The left hand is the fingertips should be pointing to the right middle forearm. What are you doing? Okay, so when we transition from, you mean from Shangbu to ward off right? Okay, so you want to know what the left hand is doing? Okay, so from here, okay, when I stand up, I go to ward off with my left arm. That means connecting, that means defining my space. That, you know, basically is my boundary line, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna rotate my left arm. Why? Because I need to grab. I'm grabbing. Then when I close my arm and bring my arm in, then from here, the right arm comes up and I'm actually grabbing a hold of their wrist. And I then control their arm. So now my left palm should be facing forward. My right palm is facing back. My left fingers point to my right middle forearm about 1 fist distance. my left armpit should be open. And so you should be looking like this. Make sure your elbow and knee are in a line. Did that answer your question, Dita? Okay.
Yes, it does. Thanks.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, does anyone else have any questions? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. All right, so hopefully this video will post. You know, so far we've only had trouble with one, and that was last Friday's. Okay, so starting next week, we're gonna go into the ending movements of the form. And I want us to really kind of take our time in doing the end parts of this form in the third section, and then go to closing. Because oftentimes what happens is that, you know, we spend a lot of time in the first section, especially in the first section. Then when we finish the first section, we're just so thrilled, right, that we made it through. And then we start in the second section, and there's a lot to do in the second section. And that's where, you know, a lot of balance comes in and stuff, because now we're learning how to stand up and kick on one leg. And so then by the time we get finished with the third section, it's like, okay, we're finished. And then, you know, very little time gets spent on especially these last movements, starting from transitioning from snake creeps down to step up to 7 stars, all the way to step up, parry, block, and punch. So my plan is that we're going to be spending some time making sure that we get enough practice in so that we feel pretty comfortable with each of these ending movements, so that when we go to repeat the third section again, that you know, you're feeling pretty comfortable with what it is that you've done. Okay. I'd also like to remind everybody that starting on Monday, this coming Monday, Memorial Day, no, actually Saturday, starting tomorrow, Giuseppe from our director in Italy, he's starting a Zoom webinar on behalf of Master Yang and the association, and he's going to be teaching the Tai Chi Gong form, and that'll be for 10 weeks. If you go to the www.yangfamilytaichi.com and click on virtual classroom, then you can sign up for his class. And then on Monday, I'm going to be starting a 6 consecutive day boot camp type of class. Same thing, we're going to be on Zoom webinar, and I'm going to be taking from opening, prepare, opening, to grasping the bird's tail. That's going to go all the way up to push. We know that grasping the bird's tail is the signature movement of Yang Family Tai Chi. So what I want to do is I want us to incorporate all the 10 essentials in each one of those movements to make sure that we're applying those movements, the essentials to those movements, to kind of give you guys a head start on you know, working that out throughout the rest of the form. We know that in the form we've got about 9 times when we do grasping the bird's tail, maybe even a little bit more than that. But anyway, so we're doing a lot of those movements. So hopefully we can accomplish this together and start incorporating the 10 essentials in our Tai Chi form. Okay, so both of those classes you can sign up on youngfamilytaichi.com under the virtual classroom. And so Giuseppe and I are doing a pilot program to see you know, how this works, and hopefully it'll be a success. So and they will be offering more in the future. Okay, all right, so we'll close class, and your job this week is to practice that whole sequence that we did from single whip all the way to the last snake creeps down. And if I don't see you on Monday, have a great Memorial Day and enjoy your weekend. And remember, Sunday practice, this time Cheryl Kleine is going to be leading our practice. So join us at 2 o'clock on Sunday, okay? So I'll see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Nancy, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Nancy.
You're
Thank
muted.
you.
Thank you, Nancy.
You're muted.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Judy,
Everybody left
Judy.
really fast.
Judy.
Yes.
there you were muted the whole time. I could see you talking.